Hey guys, Mark and Trish here. Welcome back to the PhlatLAB.
Mark and Trish.
Sorry guys. Welcome back to PhlatLAB.
Everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, we have a pretty cool show if everything works out. You might have seen earlier tonight we were mixing up some mold making materials. Hey Al. Hey George. Super Tiger. So we were going to try to do something, but what I wanted to show you guys before we get too far, you want to go into some news first? Sorry. We've been super busy with the OpenBuilds store. It's been a big success, really doing well. Thank you everyone for your support, and we're going to continue to bring...
That's www.openbuildspartsstore.com.
Like a giant, just one giant word, OpenBuilds Parts Store. So if you get a chance to check it out, and it's really cool. We're trying to bring you guys as many inexpensive CNC hardware as we can, CNC hardware that we can bring at an affordable price to you guys, because normally it's pretty expensive, and we wanted to do custom stuff. I mean things that we've always wanted but we could never get. That's what we're trying to bring out there. So we're working on that all the time.
Yeah.
But we wanted to do this show tonight because I wanted to show you guys something. I was on the chat talking with Bruce Ewo, and he said he was telling us that he had gotten this new quadcopter, and I have the MQX, and it's pretty cool. And I could show you. Hold on, let me get rid of this tab here. I could show you guys that real quick.
Hi, 3D Mon.
Hey, Sean. Sorry, this might be loud. Every time we start the show, the animals start fighting. Okay, so there it is. MQX, still in pretty good condition. Not really. I've really destroyed it. But I've rebuilt it so many times, you won't believe it. I've stripped these gears out so many times. I've just done a lot with it. But I've had a blast with this thing, and I still do. But what I wanted to show you was...
Super Tiger, we'll get into the molds in just a few minutes. We'll give all the details of it.
What I wanted to show you was this little guy. That's the Ladybird V2. It's awesome, man. This thing has 6-axis gyro, has the canopy and everything. You can put it into a couple different flight modes. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, you better bring that closer to the camera.
Oops.
It's tiny.
I can't see the camera. Can you turn that screen a little bit towards me? Thanks. There you go. Alright, there it is. Little tiny board. The motors are direct drive, little 2-inch props. It's pretty cool. One of these days, this is going to be brushless this size. It'll be nice, like that nanocopter we saw. But it has a little battery holder on here. I've already, of course, smashed this thing, and I've super glued it back together on the bottom here. I don't know if you can see it or not. But it's cool because I can practice my flips and stuff. This is the most stable quadcopter I've ever flown in my life. This thing it's a lot of fun, and thanks for turning us on to it, Bruce. The cool thing about this quadcopter is, first of all, it's super stable, and it comes with a 2.4 gigahertz controller with the ability to, you hit a button here, you get dual rates. I mean, the controller is cheesy, don't get me wrong, but there's guys already binding it somehow to their spectrums and stuff. Or there's actually better versions of this controller, the Devo 11, I think they could call it. You can go with the dual rate right here by hitting this button, and on the back here you've got elevator, aileron, throttle, rudder, reverse switches. You can see under there. So this was over on nitro planes, right?
Yes.
On nitro planes for this thing. It's actually called, I think it's called the Devo 4, but the box still says Ladybird at V2.
It says Devo 4
controller. Okay, transmitter. Let me see what's under here. It looks like a USB plug under there. I don't know what that's for. Anyway, it comes with a little what do you call it? It comes with this little USB charger, which I thought was really cool. This little thing. I think the whole screen.
I know my monitor's turned off.
There's no FPV on this one, but there is a new version that has it.
Hi, George.
So this comes with, hey George, will you use some of your mold making material tonight? I don't know if you can see this, but if you look on the side here, there's a little tiny plug there and then a little one there, so you can charge 2 of these little batteries at the same time through your USB on your computer, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You get about 7 minutes flight time, unless you're doing crazy moves. Here's the little battery, 240 milliamp, 3.7 volt single cell. And they actually make one that's even smaller than this. But this one's really cool. I really like the shape of it and everything. And it has this canopy. You know, the canopy just snaps onto the front through these holes here. It just locks on. But it's really tough plastic. I think it's PVC, to be honest.
But it's still light and semi-flimsy too.
Yeah. Little carbon fiber booms. And I think I just pushed through this gate. This is so thin right here. If you do flips, you need to be at least 9 feet off the ground, I would say. Because even though it can flip pretty good, it takes a little bit of a radius. So it's like a 3-foot radius to flip it. But here's the box it came in. So it was like 44 bucks, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, it's just cool. Make sure you get the V2, especially an upgraded throttle curve and stuff like that. You can read about it. Some people like the V1 better. It's actually, the V1's a little more expensive. I gotta wash my hands real quick.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so hopefully, I'm sure I'll fly it, but you wouldn't believe how stable this is. It just goes whoosh, and then it's just there. It just stays there. What it appears to be no effort at all. So Nick, our nephew's living with us now, and he had to have one. So we have another one on the way.
Yeah. I was just thinking, I remembered that the V1 has a couple more ports on it that allow it to, you can plug like LEDs in it and stuff like that, and they even have, what do you call it, a squirt gun that goes underneath of one of these, or a little missile launcher that fires these foam missiles. And now they have one that has a 5.8 gigahertz camera that sits right here, and then it has the camera antenna transmitter back here, and then on the controller right here, this part's pretty cool. The controller has flip out sides here and a flip out top that makes a sun shield, and then this is a little LED, color LED, and transmits a live video feed to it while you're flying. But that one's like 177 bucks. So, but I do want to show you guys.
You're gonna fly it?
Yeah.
PETG canopy. Perhaps, yeah.
PET. Maybe that's tough stuff. I could have swore I read that somewhere it was PVC. Either way, they're both tough. The plugs that it comes with are kind of a pain to get in there. But one of the cool things I noticed is that the little batteries that come with this one, which are little gum stick batteries, you can actually fit these gum stick batteries in here, and you can hook them in here without taking this plug off. You just have to, keep an eye on it and make sure that you're plugging the positive into the positive. Works pretty good. So anyway, let me see if I can fly it without crashing.
There you have it.
And that's with the whole thing like super glued back together. Sweetie, don't do it. Don't do it, sweetie. Stable this thing, such a long way. I better not put the worries. That's a dog. Sounds like a bumblebee.
It really does. That's what I would describe it as. That quad is small. This is super small. That's just how small it is.
Anyway, pirouettes, no problem. Of course, I'm out of the camera now, I think.
Did it even really happen?
It did. Get out of there. You're so bad, sweetie. Let me see if I can take off your back. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Stay still. She can't stand it. Hold it. She's gonna bite me any second.
Yep.
And I'll bite her right back. Alright, cool. So, the idea was, let's create a... Well, what happened was I was looking online. I don't know who turned me on to this thing. But there's this other quad out there called the DJI Phantom. It just came out with it. It's awesome, man. Got GPS lock. It's white. It's got this real nice, sleek canopy. It's just beautiful. And it cost us a bunch of money. So I was like, let's make a miniature version of that. You know, one of these canopies like that. So I started messing around with it and in SketchUp. And I'll switch the... Let me put this back up for a minute. There we go. Let's see if I can switch over here. Oops. Alright. Okay, so can you hear me? Check, check. Yeah. Alright, so here's the actual couple pictures of the DJI Phantom. This thing has GPS locking, all kinds of stuff, dude. It's just a really nice quad. But it cost, I forgot how much it cost, like $900, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was up there.
But I thought, that canopy looks awesome, man. So I thought, I'm going to make one for this little guy. So I started just messing around with it, SketchUp. And first thing I did was I traced this leg right here. If you look close, you can see I just copied that and then copied and rotated around that center point to create this. But you know, actually, I take that back. First thing I did was measure the entire quad and build a 3D model of it, which is right here. Let's see. Now, one of the things I noticed. Now, this model is not the greatest. It's just a rough model, but I just wanted something to give me an idea of sizing as I was putting this together. So that's why I made it. And then I was able to put the canopy on it, which is, I tried to make a lip on this one, on this top one, so I could glue them together or tape them, whatever, something. But that's the idea behind it right there. Drill these holes out and put it together. And then I thought about this version too, but I don't know about that. Maybe out of foam, maybe later. So anyway, I went through, after I built this, I was able to extrude this, and I only worked on one, like over here, only worked on one side of it. And then I turned on view hidden geometry, so I could see that, and just from the side, you know, I kind of just worked it around the way I wanted the look of it. Sorry, this is really quick and rough, but you know, you have to do one. I'm sorry, you have to go from one leg to the next, or it won't work. And then you go back and you delete, you know, these I'm not even connected to it actually. I wasn't even in there, but you get the idea. And then you can go back and delete. Let me go in here and just do it real quick. Sorry. So that works good for one side. Then you go in and delete these. And then you would draw across here, and I always go beyond. Oh, sorry, I'm doing this all wrong. You should only be working on one of them at a time. Like this. Let me show you properly. Okay. So, first of all, it needs to be straight. And everything we're dealing with is in 45s. Oops. Explode it. Bring it up. And what I would do on this particular one, bring this back down, and then start from here, creating an angle upward. That's what I was trying to do. And then, like I said, you would go back, and now that we have access to, when we know we're locked on an axis, we can see it highlighted, and that will give us our roof by connecting these lines.
Randy, stop it.
Okay, so, and that's basically how you, that's how I did it anyway. I could have gotten some plugins that would smooth these edges, or these corners here, or whatnot, but I didn't. And then, of course, you would double this. Flip it. And you get the idea of how we can start creating a 3D model. Of course, you would soften the edges and make it look nice. It's terrible right now. But that's how you start to get what you're after right there.
Cool.
Yep. All right. So let me get back. Get sidetracked. And then you would take that leg and copy and rotate it, and you'd have something like this. And this is what you have before you soften it, and then once you soften it, this is what it looks like. It comes out pretty nice looking. Yeah, so now one of the things I noticed is that the fan here, the motors do not extend through because they're brushless motors; they're just sitting on top. So that's a problem with Arqua because the motors go through and they're real low to the plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip my motor mounts and I'm going to push these motors up when I get to that point. I'm just going to push these up to wherever it needs to be so that the blade clears on the rotation. And that should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But so that's the idea. So tonight what we were going to do is oh, I'm sorry. Let me finish this. So then I took the shells and I embedded them into a block of 2-inch foam, representing 2-inch foam, 1.9 inches really. And then I used Jovian's Flat 3D plugin to create the 3D code for it, which worked out really good. Let me switch over to the camera and I'll find the code and show it to you. Where is it? Okay, so I used a 1/16 inch bit. Let me switch back over here. 1/16 inch bit, and you can see what it looked like here. Came out pretty good. I tried to extend this part of the body here, of course, deeper on this top edge here. I wanted to go deeper, and I could always cut that off later. Didn't work out exactly as I had planned. I lost a couple of steps, so I'm missing this lip in some of the areas. But regardless, it's just an experiment, and it's fun. So I thought we would give that a try tonight and see if we can make that canopy, or at least get a good start on it. Now, let's switch over to cameras. And what happened was Thunderhawk George sent us some things from a company called Smooth On in Pennsylvania. Mold making kits. This is what their logo looks like. Now this one is is the actual rubber. I haven't tried this one yet, but this makes the casting rubber. So if I wanted to cast the front of this controller, I could just by I take the handles and stuff off, but I could build a box around it, pour this rubber on it, and then let it set up. I could pull this out, and the rubber will get back into its shape, and then you can pour this into it, which is a 2-part resin. You just mix A and B, equal amounts. The only thing is, this is actually called Featherlight, ultra lightweight urethane resin. It's not showing up. But the only thing is, we kind of messed up because I did spray some of this on there too, mold release, which is probably nothing more than PAM or silicone, probably.
Thunderhawk said the rubber wouldn't be any good now.
No, it wasn't. So what we did is we poured some in the mold that we carved on the flat burner, and this is what we have so far. One of the things we noticed is what we had left over in the cup, which was a lot. We really went overboard. Excuse me, Rita. But we can move some of this, if you don't mind. Thanks. So what we had left over in the cup, you can see it's like a really hard plastic. This stuff is awesome. I can barely get my fingernail to stick into it. But 2 hours, you can demold the part. I noticed it set up a lot quicker than that. So, what I was saying. Oh, one of the things I was going to say was that it's actually, it gets real hot, which I didn't realize when we were setting it up and pouring it into a foam cast. If I would have known that, I would have carved the body and then cast it out of the plaster of Paris, shaped it the way I want it, and then cast it out of the urethane. But I figured let's give it a try. I can see. I'll show you up close where where it actually started to melt the foam from the chemical reaction. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's gonna look good.
Look how small that quad body is. But it's the right size.
Are you going to need a
Real
razor
close to it. Huh? Look.
Wow.
I did break the legs a couple times so they're not sitting like they should. That thing is crooked as a snake. Can't believe it's one. I don't know. I'm going to just try to do this first.
The Featherlight's still good. Hey, Ewo's on.
Ewo.
Ewo.
Couldn't be. Look, Ewo. Da-da. The Ladybird V2. Thanks for the tip, man. We love this little thing. And now I'm enough.
It really pushes it there.
I know. You missed it, man. We were flipping and Just kidding. I've already broke my cage. I had to order a new cage. Look, this thing really stuck to the foam. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah, we might have to cut this thing up.
Featherlight makes good molding, but no void to put quad rotor in.
Hmm?
That's what I said.
No, you're right. It's not going to make the void. What's going to make the void is, and I don't know why I didn't mention it, is we're going to vacuum form plastic over top of this.
And if I go back a few posts, Super Tiger said vacuum mold better for new fuse.
Exactly.
Okay, Brandy. Okay. Hey.
Hey, Brandy, you're going to get it.
Here we are.
Let me cut this way so I can use it again.
Vacuum form makes a nice shell. Alright, I think I chat updating slowly. Too much at one time. Exothermic reaction.
Yeah.
That's what Blind Plate said. You said, hi, you got it, good.
I said, what'd you call me, Blind Flame?
You know, if our chat is updating slow, it probably makes it work out well with the timing on the video. Because it's usually some type of a delay anyway.
Yeah.
There would be more delay on the video than there would be on chat, so. You can do it! You look like a strong young pup.
What
Hey!
There's all kinds of holes in it. Dang
You look
it.
like starfish.
They did. Oh, look what it did to my beautiful mold. It totally dissolved the mold from the heat.
They said try acetone. Wow. Look at the sponges.
You know what? Super lightweight.
Featherlight, really.
Well, we're not using this, so that's the problem. It is feather light, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it started to bubble, and then, you know, it started to melt it, and then the bubbles started to dissolve into this. Let me get these flashing off here.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to be able to use this, you guys. I mean, we could try it just for the heck of it, but we have to come up with a different way to do this.
Careful.
Do you want to start setting up the vacuum form, flat form?
Sure.
And we'll go for it.
Alright.
And at least try to get a shell. At least see what it looks like, you know?
Yeah.
I might be able to hit it with sander.
No, sweetie, stay inside.
I was going to bring my drill press in too, because I wanted to try to cut this mold a certain way. Sorry about that. Clean up here.
Okay.
Maybe I used too much mold at least. Yeah?
Maybe.
It doesn't, because I feel in here it's actually melted plastic. I can feel it. What are you looking for?
Or plastic. I know we moved them.
Up close and personal. Platformer.
White okay?
Yeah. That'll be good.
Perfect. Is it a thunderstorm? No. It's the Phlatformer. Sorry.
Where's the...
Would have been better molding pop for vacuum mold. If you make a 2-part rubber mold, you can make a quad shell with featherlight.
Yeah.
RC Phlatboyz on. Hey, Nate!
I wouldn't make the shell out of this stuff, personally. I would make it out of the vacuum form plastic, because it's just tough stuff.
Do we have an extension cord?
I don't have one.
I think we do.
Just gonna see what happens. I mean, let's try to hit this with the plastic and just see if it works. Might not be super pretty, but it might work.
Where's your extension cord?
Good question.
I think it's always the question during PhlatLAB shows.
I think you're right. It actually, here, let me show you what it looks like.
You know what we need is the shop vac.
I have it.
Okay.
That's a little guy.
Yeah.
You can kind of see all those holes in it. It's real porous. But it's also real cool looking. So maybe the plastic won't pick up that texture. I don't know. I'll have to try it. Now this one should have, was supposed to have a little extra lip on the bottom, but that didn't turn out very well either because of all the bubbling, I guess. Alright, we're heating up. What do you think, one at a time or two?
One at a time.
Really?
I think.
Alright. I was even thinking about putting these on a stand of some sort.
You can try it.
Thanks, dude. Hey, Nick, we did try to wake you up, you know. Uh-huh.
Okay.
It was nice. Thanks, dude. That was my nephew. Wait a minute, this plastic is a little thicker than our usual experimental. Actually, it's a lot thicker. You know, this plastic is a lot thicker than what we usually use.
I know. It was some of our experimental.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to make it a good pull. Try it.
Well.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Alright, so we're going up to 350. We're at 350.
Yes.
Oh, we don't even have the vacuum hooked up. Not bad. Wait a second. I pushed it all the way back here.
isn't coming off, is it?
No. The bearings are gone.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're just direct, right?
Yeah. We're going to foot pedal though.
Yeah, where is it? It was in the thing.
It's a must-have. I agree.
Sure. Okay. Try this again.
Alright.
Can you turn the vacuum on?
Yes.
Give it a try. It's good. You like it. Thanks. Your screen went down.
Okay.
So let that heat up a second. Oh, I meant to put something under here.
Can't find anything?
Well, not really. Actually, I wonder if I could use this. I'm just going to do it straight because we're running out of time. Actually, why not? If we could get that up a little bit higher
Okay.
with
With this?
anything.
One?
Like that.
Okay.
Hey, get 4 of those.
Another.
I got some here. If we can get it to wrap around the legs like that.
We've got time. It's okay.
2, 3. I got the 3.
Same thing. There's one right over there.
No. 2, 3.
Wow, this really takes long. This is plastic.
4. Let's see. I got this. 2. So hopefully the plastic will wrap underneath of this a little bit. I really wanted to make it a little bit longer.
What do you mean longer? Taller?
No, just looking at the design.
Oh.
I should have extruded this, carved this a little bit deeper. I did carve it pretty deep. Thinking, let's just do it direct and see what happens.
Okay.
Might work out, might not.
It might, because there's actually, look, it's off the surface a bit.
Yeah, I extrude it, but I only extrude it like 1/8 of an inch.
Okay, we're just about at a sag.
It is taking its sweet time.
Mm-hmm.
We're at 350 too.
Mm-hmm.
It's going down. You know why? Because this is thicker.
Yeah.
That's a
Big difference.
kind of worried about how well it's going to pull.
If it doesn't, we'll just run out and get some more. We just don't have any open packs in here other than the experimental.
Right. Alright, that's good. That should be good.
We shall see.
It definitely pulled on there.
Yeah, it sure did. You could see every bubble.
Every little. Looks like it's made out of. If you painted that metal, it would look like it was cast. You paint it silver, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Definitely could have gotten both on one sheet.
Yeah. That would have been smart. You know what? We should heat this back up too. One of the things I've been doing with the flat form is right before I hit it with the vacuum, because my vacuum is on the same circuit, and the element draws so much current that when I hit the vacuum, it's just not as powerful as if this is off. If I turn that off, then it does better.
Good tip. This?
Okay, I was able to bend that foot right down there. I'm going to have to do something like that though, man.
Okay. Use canned air to get the part out.
That's a good idea. I have some too.
I have it right here.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if it works. It's cold.
Cold.
It's freezing cold. This one's like, there's no air or something in there. Can you hit the can, dude?
Yeah, what is wrong with this one?
I don't know, it's not working.
It kind of is.
Let me just cut it out. How about that? Thanks.
Mm-hmm. We got a weak can of air. It's good.
You know, one of the things I wanted to test tonight, didn't get to, was instead of cutting this out like this, I thought it would be really cool. I didn't make this tall enough, but I thought it would be cool to hook this little Dremel cutoff disc onto a drill press, and then you could just slide this around, you know, get it the height you want, and then just cut it off like that. But I don't have near enough room to do that at all. Yeah. Don't do that. See, this is one of the problems, is if it was up higher, I would have more room to work with it. I'm going to have to make a new,
Yeah.
well, I have to make a new mold anyway now.
It's true.
Still. I have to try it, right?
Mm-hmm. Can do it. Maybe we could have cut it out real sloppy first, you know.
That's probably a good idea. That's not showing up because the camera's pointing down.
Here's what we're left with.
It's really stuck on there. It's like it melted in there or something.
Maybe it did. The top layer was really foamy. Spongy, porous.
Let me see that can there real quick. I might be able to get the tip down a little better.
Want this tip? Oh, you got it?
Yeah. like it moved for a second
Yeah,
there.
it looked real loose. Come on. You got it, you got it.
It's like, it's melted in there, that's it. That's the problem. Because it got in all those little nooks and crannies. It looks like a English muffin too. We're just gonna have to force it off.
Yeah, that really isn't any worse for the wear.
Talk about lightweight. We're gonna have to go with a thicker plastic. Man, that's super light. So we have to exaggerate the holes. Alright, so that's one side. Let's do this one. And see what happens. This time I'm not going to let the plastic...
See all the bubbles? Oh, or whatever you want to call them.
I'm not going to let the plastic heat up this much.
Good idea.
Yep.
Usually you can smell it when it's on. I don't smell it at all. It's like not, seems like not a lot of heat coming off it. Did you want to put this up on?
It's on
these this time?
350.
You want to try these, baby?
Yeah, we could. I mean, not gonna hurt anything. But to be honest with you, I think it wraps pretty good around the whole thing.
Yeah, it did.
The only reason you do that is to get it higher so it wraps around it. What we need, really, is this whole thing extruded out, like this high. So that way, when it's done, like I said, you could take a cut-off wheel and get a perfect cut every time. So we're heating up the next sheet, 350. I think it's on 350. It's already on 350.
Yeah, oh, my screen's off again.
Another thing is, this is styrene. I do have some PET G clear we could try, and also we could try to order some PVC.
Mark.
What?
Will you hold the flat bot up to the camera so I can see how you fabbed the PLA spool holder? It's Cal State.
Hold the flat bot up to the... It's not really movable, but all I did... Well, I'll put it in the view in a minute. Let me finish with this while it's heating up. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't share a picture of that with you guys yet.
Have to take a picture probably
Trish
first.
wouldn't let me.
That's pretty funny.
No, all I did was put a rod there and bend it 90 degrees. Which it works pretty good. I did make a little PVC bearing. I got a PVC pipe and pushed bearings at both ends, and put that on there with some ends lock collars, keep it from coming off. I'm gonna have to take pictures of that, Cal, because you're not gonna be able to see it in the camera properly.
Yeah, and our printer's all hooked up. Can't really.
Yeah, you can't just bring it up there. Okay, this is taking a while to heat up. One of the cool things is it does have that little lip. So if we did it right, design-wise, the next one, this one that we do, should fit right inside of here.
How long did it take the flat printer to carve out this mold?
Like 15 minutes.
It's not bad.
Oh, it's real quick. I use 16th inch bit, 30% step over on each pass. Worked out good. And like I said, I'll post the files and stuff. And I also want to show you guys something else I found online that's really cool.
The plastic is still not ready?
Mm-mm.
Unbelievable. It's like so tough.
Yeah, this plastic. It might even be a different plastic. I don't know.
This is why we didn't settle on this plastic, I guess.
Didn't feel like styrene, you know. The problem is that it takes so much heat to get it to melt, this one, that it becomes thin. I think we should try it before it gets too flexible. Let's see what happens.
3D said he loves his Phlatboyz.
Me too. However, I've just had some problems with my extruder. One of the things I'm finding out is that, I shouldn't say that about the extruder really, but one of the things I'm finding out is it's not so much extruder as it is the material you're trying to put through it. I've got several different spools of plastic here, and I've tried, you know, all kinds of different ones from different companies. We were actually going to try to carry it.
That's a nice shirt.
And you know, it's just like every time, it depends on where you get it, really, and it also depends on the batch. It's almost like if it draws too much moisture in, you know, it's real susceptible to moisture, and if it draws too much in, it causes problems, and if it's too dry, then it wants to strip out the filament. It's like you have to find that perfect one, and even from the same company, you get some that just are different from one to the next.
Good night, Super Tiger. Thanks for hanging out.
Good night.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Okay. This time I'm going to just try it now before it gets too...
Mark's going to do it.
Do it.
Tell a difference on that pull.
I know.
And you could really hear the difference when you turn that hot plate off.
I know. Yeah, I know. I had it on and it didn't pull down as hard as I want it on that one, unfortunately.
3D Mod said change the...
Change is good.
Minimalistic.
Change to the minimalistic. I do have that minimalistic one. I don't have it hooked up, but I've used it on the H-bot we had, and that worked out pretty good. But the best well, the one that seemed to work flawlessly is Greg's extruder. That little one that you 3D print, and you know, it's geared, so it doesn't miss steps at all. It just does its thing. So that one so far has been really good, and I can't complain. I've been using it like crazy. It's just I wish it was more turnkey. You know, you just hit the button and go. But
they're saying audio's been in and out all night. It's jumpy. It's We had that problem last week, too. Sorry, I didn't mean to change the subject.
That's alright. It's my computer, I think. I think I need a supercomputer.
Again?
An Alienware. You know, it's for the business.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go for it.
Sure.
It's never gonna happen. No, I do have a computer, another computer that hardly has anything on it that I really need to hook this up to. Hopefully by the next show I'll have that done. Yeah, this pull, unfortunately, guys, did not come out as tight.
I think it's because we didn't heat it up as much.
The last one. I think you're right.
It was real obvious when you did it. I could see the difference.
Why didn't you say it?
I did.
Whoops.
There's nothing you could do at that point.
Reach into the hot plate. Yeah, it didn't even get like around these edges or anything. Ugh. Dang it.
I also hobbed the gear with a 3mm tap. Now I can get my retract working again.
Hob the gear
With a 3mm tap.
Hob what gear?
To be continued.
Hob the drive gear. I've heard some guys had luck using the MK7's drive gear. Haven't tried that yet. I have one. I just haven't tried it yet. I've been having, pretty good prints, but like I said, depends on where you get your stuff, in my opinion. I'll have one spool that just works awesome. Get the same spool from, same company, doesn't work good at all. Different colors work differently. It's just not turnkey yet. Except for that gear extruder. That one pushed it through regardless. I mean, it was gonna... Something to consider. I'll get to a point where it'll start clicking, and I don't know why. It's like it's back feeding, and all the temperatures are right. That happens once in a while. It doesn't happen all the time. Depends on what you're printing, too. That's another thing.
The Raptor drive gear. If you have the MK7 gear, use that.
Now I read that they over at Cube they tested their gear versus the MK7 gear, and theirs pulled much more weight. So that's one of the things I was like, yeah, that's good, because that one was working really good. I have an MK7 that works, MK7 extruder that works fine. But oh, excuse me. But that Cube, the price is right, It'd just be nice to get it working properly. Some guys have. Check it out. It's horrible looking, but it works. Oh, I'm gonna need a little tape to hold it together. Oh, it's horrible looking. Here, let's tape the inside here. Let me get it in here first. Gotta line it up just right. Because the edge on this backside one, if I had had this up higher, this edge would have went right in. If I would have done a lot of things differently, it would be awesome. That's part of doing it, learning it, right?
Yeah, you gotta do it before you know how to do it.
True. Need to make that with
No.
I think it will. Come on. I had it on there and I took it off. Here, let's put a piece of tape on here first. Well, I'm thinking it's
in the middle?
yeah, just a little piece. You know? Okay. Sweet. I want to weigh this in comparison. No,
It's not sticking.
won't stick to it. Dang. Let's see something. Another thing too. Let me move this real quick. Alright. Where's that little guy? I think I might even have broke the legs off just trying to get this canopy off here. Another. Which one is the top? This one will be the top. Check it out. The little DJ, the little fan. It's gonna look cool if I could get it to go. Get it to work.
Yeah.
I have to drill these holes out. You know? It's gonna require some work.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And it's gonna be I'm gonna have to rework the actual file. Because it's just not extruded enough here. It doesn't, when we go to pull this, it's leaving too much of a radius here. It doesn't want to sit down inside of the other one, but you can see that it's trying. I'll bring it up there so you can kind of get an idea. You can see that it's trying to fit in there. It's just because this one has a little bit of a lip, but it's just there's too much of an angle on this one. Even here, like if you look at that from the side, too much. But the concept is there, and it weighs nothing.
It truly weighs nothing. You want to weigh it?
I actually think we need to. No,
I don't think so.
and that's 2 parts. It's got maybe on grams.
Oh, 6 grams.
6 grams for both parts, and this is probably 4.
3.
3. So
Wow.
it weighs as much as one. And there's more to it, but still, it's cool.
Let's see how much this weighs.
31.
31. .1 ounce.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
1.2 ounces.
Let's see how much it weighs when it's flying. For the guys.
Good night,
that
Ewo.
missed it.
Thanks for hanging out.
Good night, Bruce. Wait a minute. Da, da. What was that?
Random.
I've been doing that all day.
Hey, does this still count if you don't have this on it?
No. I can't put that on there yet. I gotta do some serious mods for this thing. And before I break it, mod it. Oh, so close. All right, so let's see. Let me unplug this first. So really what I have to do to make this work is I'm going to, these little feet, the wires run down the back of the motor here, and these are just caps. and they have a little rubber feet on the bottom to cover up those wires. But this spine right here stays. So what I have to do is I have to clip this top silver piece off so I can push the motors up and allow that new canopy to fit. But before that, I got to actually make a new canopy. That looks sweet. And then we'll put the little red lettering on it, the DJI Phantom, which has those little rings on there. I'm not going to draw them on there, but you know what I mean. So we'll have a little miniature version. It'll be cool.
I really like the looks of those red rings.
Yeah.
The look of those, cool.
It reminds you of
Sports socks.
what? Tube socks.
Tube socks.
Speaking of the 3D printer, here's a little belt clamp I made for MXL belt that I thought I can't see that. That I thought that I could post up there somewhere. It works good because it allows you to mount the belt clamp mount the belt either flat, or if you want the belt mounted this way, you can use two of them, bolt it together, and then bolt this to the plate. I'll show you on when we get it going. We were going to try to get these made. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but they're tough to get manufactured. It's unplugged. I do want to take this off of here. Dang it, man. This is so close. It really was. So what I'll do is I'll go through in the mold and I'll extrude it a little bit further down into the foam a little bit more, maybe like a 1/4 inch. Switch over to it. I don't even know if I have a 1/4 inch more that could go, but we could try. So this is going to bring this up. Make sure that one is 1/4 inch. Okay, that's 1/4 inch, so then we have to bring this up 1/4 inch. And then we have to bring the whole block down 1/4 inch. There. Now we have a nice deep mold with the sides that should be plenty of side room. We'll redo the code for that. And when you vacuum form that, it gives you plenty of room to cut along here around this whole thing. Leave yourself a little bit of a lip, but not much. So then, this is the lip you want right here. This is the one you want to model after, just a hairline. So anyway, we'll post this code up there. Now, one of the other things I wanted to show you guys tonight was the, if I can find it. This was posted on January 18th. And they were talking about how the guys that acquired SketchUp, Trimble, they contacted us about Sketchcam, which was pretty cool. They were interested in it. And I noticed that these guys here, Jim Foltz, Nathan Broem, and Conrad Schroeder, these guys all work on the STL plugin that was open source. And so the guys that are working on SketchUp now contacted all three of those guys. And you guys know Jim Foltz from the guy that gave us the unfolding plugin and stuff like that. He also gave us the STL exporter.
He's always linked to our website and been real supportive.
Yeah, he's really cool. And I think he does a lot of write-ups for SketchUp too. But anyway, they contacted them, and it says that that they all responded with a resounding yes, that they do want to do that. So I think that's going to be really cool. And they've already started a GitHub, and I'll post a link in there where they have the file where you can get it. And I already put it in the SketchUp, and it looks to me like it just comes up in the file export option. So let's see, export STLs right here in the file, and also you can import STL files, which is cool. So they've combined the different plugins that these guys have written. What am I doing? Get back to that.
So it's their first venture into the open source.
That's what I was going to get to. Yeah, when you go over to the GitHub, they're like, you know, this is our first venture into the open source, and let us know how it goes. So it's really cool that they're doing this. And who knows? You never know. They might pick up the Flat script someday.
AKA SketchyCam.
Yep. I also came across, they were mentioned in this article, this plugin called Cleanup over on Sketchycation. And it just takes model geometry and completely cleans it up. That's the idea behind it. And I'll post this link too. But if you guys haven't jumped into SketchUp 8, you should, because especially with the 3D printers and stuff, you know, you have the ability to do solid solving, just to make sure that if you group a part and then you click on Tools Solid Solver, it'll tell you if it's a group, which that was not. It'll say it's already a solid, or it'll try to fix it the best that it can. If it can't, you can go in and use that plugin that does the cleanup and then try to fix it. So anyway, that's pretty much.
Yep. Congratulations, guys. That's very, very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let me bring us back over. When we get right, that'll be all motorized. It'll just follow us around. Oh, I did 3D print this. I'm going to show you guys. The OpenBuilds logo. And then I tried to 3D print the black part that goes in here. It was going to be like a cookie cutter. It would set inside of there, but that part does not work. Unfortunately. I got some other cool stuff that I 3D printed too, and I'll be sharing that soon. But in the meantime, we've been really busy trying to get OpenBuilds website up and running so everybody can share their designs and ideas. If you guys don't know, that's what we've been working on, OpenBuilds, and also the OpenBuilds parts store. So inexpensive CNC, DIY making solutions for everyone, and just trying to stay on top of the cutting edge of everything that has to do with machine design, so that we can all just sit down and build a machine. I was working on this. Let me bring that in real quick. I'll show you guys something before the show. Working on some example machines. Thanks. Mm-hmm. And this right here is all done with OpenRail, and it's just it's an example. I mean, or it's gonna be. Oh, you can't see it. What the heck am I doing? Sorry. I'll turn the camera back down. So this was there. You can kind of see it. It's all done with OpenRail. Let me put a couple pieces under here to hold it. Right. What it's going to have is it's going to have feet to make it adjustable. It's a little bit different than a standard gantry system because it's 3 high, or is that 4 high? That's 4 or that?
3.
3?
1, 2, 3, yep.
Let's put this under this side. It's a little bit different because it allows for
Am I wrong?
yeah, it's 4. But that's all right. You can get an idea of of what it's going to do.
Sorry.
But it's actually going to be flipped over probably. But the idea is that you can adjust this up as high as you want and then use the table underneath to hold the material. And you can just set this right on top of a piece of foam and go to town if you wanted to. You know, that's the idea behind it. Instead of a gantry router that has a gantry on the outside like this and travels back and forth, I wanted this thing to really have a lot of ability to just set it on any thickness material and carve into it, you know. Thought that would be cool.
Yeah, it is.
And you know, you could adjust the legs. They're permanent when they're tightened down, but I mean, you can just loosen them and adjust them and remeasure wherever you want it. So anyway, it's just an idea for an example, and it's one of the ones that we had drawn up in SketchUp, and we can share the files and stuff for it, as well as the XY table that you guys might have seen or might not have seen. I don't know. But I'll show you that too. And this is the XY table example. One of the cool things about this is we 3D printed these ends for the pulleys. I just screwed them into the end here.
And you can see a video of us working on this and talking about it, building it actually,
I got the
on
motor.
the new OpenBuilds YouTube channel.
Yep, so
Just go to YouTube, search OpenBuilds, and feel free to subscribe.
yeah, I mean, subscribe, because I'm always, whenever I get a chance, I'll come up with like an example or something and I'll just post it up there. So if you want to be updated of when it's there, I don't really announce it too much. I'll just post it there, and if you're subscribed to it, you'll be able to see it.
Yep.
So anyways, this is the beginning of that. I mean, you guys can imagine hot wire cutters and everything else can come out of this really quickly, especially with 3D printers to be able to do the brackets and stuff. Although you don't need 3D printers to do the brackets, you can do flat brackets just fine and mount them into these areas too. Just, you know, have a 3D printer, so I wanted to do that. But like all these are going to have flat brackets for these motors. And up here for this will have a gear reduction for the Z-axis. So, all right. That's pretty much it for us, guys. We are done for tonight. Thanks for joining us again on the PhlatLAB, and we'll see you on the platform. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and we'll be messing around here. We might turn the camera on when we get it a chance. I'm going to be adding more wheels to this too. I forgot to show you guys that.
Sorry guys, I lost the chat, and now it's real small. I can't see it from across the room, but so.
Did anybody ask anything?
I'm not sure. I can't see it.
That stuff looks really nice. I would not have bought all the stuff for my big machine. I would have went that route for sure. Extruded aluminum for sale on the open rail site. The extruded open rail is for sale. We don't have extruded aluminum yet. We're working on it. So
Coming soon.
the stuff that I got here, I got from Itsumi. This is all 20 by 20. I'm sorry, 20 millimeter. It's called Series 5, and I got that from Itsumi. They're pretty much the cheapest ones around that we could find.
Yeah.
So you could try them, or you can go with the Series 10 from 8020, or you can go with the, well, just go download the SketchUp file, go to the store, openbuilds.com, grab the SketchUp file, and you can see I put together, I've updated it. For the guys that already downloaded it, I've updated that file with Series 10 8020, which we didn't know that was compatible. But you can check and see what is compatible with OpenRail, and even try it out in your model, see how it's going to build. And it's cool, man. It's really cool to have those parts. Like I've been saving every part, all my L brackets, the screws, the nuts, T-nuts, open rail, extrusion, every part that I work with now, every single part is now part of the SketchUp library. So like right now we only have it set up for, if you go to the store, if you buy the V-wheel kit, for instance, you can download the SketchUp for it, and it'll have the nut and bolt and everything in there for the V-wheel to try it out in your own project. But really, once we start releasing the machine designs, it'll have all the parts you need on it, and you can just reconfigure that and make whatever machine you want out of it, you know, from that point. And that's when I think it's really going to start rolling. People will be designing machines like crazy, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully sharing them on OpenBuilds, which would be nice. So, anyway, we're going to head out. Have a great night, everyone. God bless. Take care, and we will see you soon.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good hanging out with you again.
Yep.